Today's video we're going to talk about the Uniden R3 radar detector. This is something I've always put in my cars, the radar detectors, and previously I had a video on the DFR5. The thing lasted me 5 years, but coming to the end of its life, and I decided to upgrade to the R3, which I think is the best bang for your buck. We're going to talk about it, how I installed it, what I'm using to mount it, and the features of it and why I chose the Uniden R3. Let's talk about why I chose the Uniden R3. Uniden's been making some good radars, and just if you look at the reviews, obviously I would say Uniden is one of the market leaders right now. If you watch my other radar video, that $100 is minimum to get a decent radar that works and is not complete trash. The DFR5 was about $100, and the Uniden R3 is retailing for about $300. So, being $300, it was definitely the mid-tier, but I think it's the best bang for your buck, because if you look at the R7 and some of the other high-end stuff where you're spending, like $600 or even $700, I didn't want to get into all that because the R3 does its job pretty well. It can scan really far. It is GPS enabled, which is amazing for like red light cameras and things like that, or speed cams. It does detect those. It has the auto lockout for the false alerts. So if I'm, for example, when I go to Publix and I'm getting a bunch of K-band because of the door opener, I can double tap to get an auto lockout. So it'll save the GPS location of that K-band, and next time I show up to the Publix, it's gonna remember that K-band lockout and mute it automatically. Putting a mirror mount on it because I just wanted to not have it attached to the window, because with the suction cups and everything and the heat in Georgia, it always just falls out, like things happen. And this mirror mount is perfect. I got off Amazon. I can put the link in the description for those of you who want to get it, and it looks like it's pretty solid, and it took me a little bit to fiddle around and get the right setup, but it works. So the next thing is how the radar was going to get its power. I wasn't going to plug it into the phone charger or do some fancy wiring, because I didn't want any wires to be hanging off the middle here and just looking kind of messy. So the cleanest way is the mirror tap. There's tons of videos on how to do it, but it's really simple. You just pop off the mirror cap and then you tap into the power that the mirror is receiving. But it's pretty standard on most cars. You can have a mirror tap. Even my friend on his Honda Accord has a mirror tap, so you guys should have no issue getting your power from the mirror. Have the auto high beam assist, so there's a camera on the mirror, and that camera kind of takes up a little space, so it was hard to pop off the plastic. If you guys have trim tools, you should have no problem getting that popped off. Yeah, I guess the only thing left to talk about here is the topic of radar detectors. Should one purchase a radar detector? I mean, do you really need it? Not something that you're supposed to be relying on, because it's not going to protect against laser. It's not necessarily for I have a radar and I'm just going to be speeding all the time. It says 45 and you're going 50. Just because you're 5 over doesn't mean the police won't pull you over. It's just I have it as a precaution to make sure that I don't get pulled over for anything silly like that. Drop the like and the sub so you can keep up with the faded content. I'm gonna start doing some more general videos like this where it's not M3 specific, so that other people who are in the car community can relate to these videos and enjoy them as much as you guys do. Peace.